here rope has been treated with a special odoriferous compound that is obnoxious to the nostrils of the flea. So as long as you'll promise to stay on that side of the rope, my fleas promise to stay on this side of the rope. And I promise you folks, none of my performers will go home on any member of your family. And I'm sure you're very glad to hear that. So without any further ado, let's start our show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and high-flying flea fans of all ages, presented for your education, edification, and entertainment, Phydeauxs Flea Circus of Fate! Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that thunderous applause, having just returned from performing before the very crowned heads of Europe, and sometimes even on the crowned heads of Europe. We have genuine acrobatically trained fleas willing to risk their very life and limb for your education, edification, and entertainment. Now, the flea, ladies and gentlemen, is among God's most unique creations. As a matter of fact, young man, did you know that a flea can jump about that far? Now, I can see you're just bowled over by that fact, so let's put it in this context. Ladies and gentlemen, if a flea were the size of a grown man, why, that flea would be capable of leaping over the Empire State Building with room to spare several hundred times per hour and not get tired. Now, if a flea were the size of a small child, why, that flea would be able to stand at one end of a football field and it would leap more than the entire length of that football field. Such is the strength contained in their tiny little legs. Well, I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen, fleas that do more than just crawl and jump. These are acrobatically trained fleas. Now, folks, I would like to first draw your attention to this beautiful, and might I say very patriotic balloon. No, sir, you are not seeing things. That is a tiny gondola suspended underneath this beautiful balloon. And in just one moment, folks, I'm going to bring out the first star of my show. His name is Jacques Phydeauxs. Now, Jacques Phydeauxs is the current world record holder for a high dive by a flea from a tethered balloon. Now, folks, Jacques was originally trained as a cannon flea. And as such, he was fired out of a cannon on a daily basis, and as a result, he has suffered a tremendous amount of hearing loss. Folks, he is deaf as a doorknob. Now, ladies, I know it's very difficult to believe, but sometimes the male of the species can be rather vain. And he is no different than the rest of us, and he just doesn't like to let on he can't hear too well. So I'd really appreciate it, folks, if you're going to help me out by counting with me as loudly as possible. 1, 2, 3. Now let's practice as loud as you can, kids. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now, when I bring Jacques out, don't let on that we had this conversation. He'll think it's me doing the counting. He'll never know the difference. Okay, this is just our scene. By a flea from a tethered balloon. Let's give a big round of applause for Jacques Phydeauxs! Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for thunderous applause. Now, I'm going to place Jacques in this tiny basket. This is no humbug, sir. This is the genuine article. And on the count of 3, Jacques will perform his world-famous high dive of death. The equivalent, ladies and gentlemen, of a 100-story jump from this tiny basket into this pool of water below. Now don't be concerned, ma'am. He can compensate for the direction of the wind. However, sir, if you happen to have a weak heart, ma'am, if you're prone to the vapors, you may want to avert your eyes temporarily. Now, folks, although Jacques can compensate for the direction of the wind, the balloon cannot. So I'm going to have to stabilize the balloon. And on the count of 3, Jacques will perform his world-famous high dive of death. Without a net. Blindfolded. All right, Jacques, are you ready? He is ready. Now, folks, keep your eye on that flea and count with me as loudly as you can. Here we go, kids. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's right, boy. Jacques Phydeauxs, the world's most famous high diving flea.